former mayor himself, and he was the mayor from 1977 to 1978. He spent the past 6 years on the council. Before winning his council seat in 2002, he was a planning commissioner for 12 years. He also previously served on the council from 1974 to 1986. And among Ramsey's priorities are to support an improved infrastructure and increase police force.
Now that's very big as well. A lot of cities trying to get their police forces up and running, not well up and running, but improved, like the city of Los Angeles, always trying to get more cops on the force there. And speaking of that, the former top cop, we just saw some guests coming in here. The former top cop and current Los Angeles City Councilman Bernard Parks made his way into the council chambers. So hopefully we'll get him here on Channel 22 on our live election coverage tonight.
Hopefully. And of course, yes, as you mentioned, the long-time mayor of the city of Lawndale, Mayor Hoffman. Mayor Hoffman is now seeking his 10th term as mayor, and he's been the elected mayor since 1990. He was also city councilman from 1980 to 1990. He claims he has made sound accomplishments, which include having turned the city from hard economic times to prosperity. He said he was instrumental in lobbying funds to beautify Hawthorne Boulevard, where utilities lines along Marine Avenue, and replace the county library that is now under construction next to the City Hall.
And it's going up just to off to your left of the screen there, and it's starting to make shape now. And it's going to be a beautiful building once that gets up and running, and people can come in and not only check out books but movies and work on their computers, or get online here if they don't have that ability at home. It's going to be a terrific place to come and well, do some research or just get away inside of a book.
Yes, it's been a huge project under construction, so it's going to be lovely to see it actually. I think it's going to be finally it's set up for completion December of 2008. That's what I heard in the grapevine.
Well, we'll have to get our library cards and line up, huh?
That's right.
And then there's one more mayoral candidate that just wanted to kind of test the political waters.
That's right. That's Fred Siegel. He's a community activist and tax accountant. Fred Siegel, who is running for the mayor's seat, was a write-in candidate for city council in the last election, 2006 elections, and he was unsuccessful in the race. He has said in an interview that he does not expect to win. And he is opposed to the new library, as well as he is opposed to Measure A on the ballot, asking voters to approve a new community center. So hopefully we'll get to talk to Fred a little bit later on and ask him why he's opposing all these measures and why is he testing the waters.
Well, we'll see what's going to go on with Fred Siegel and also Measure A. Measure A is the big gorilla on the ballot here, as it were, Anita, tonight.
Yes.
For that the new community center. And it has been a tussle as far as whether it's going to be come to fruition or not, because I'm sure that lots of people coming into these council chambers were talking about whether or not to fund that, and where that money that would be going to a new community center, where else could it go? So I'm sure that there's plenty of other opportunities and other projects, but the seniors and the youth certainly do need their services and their activities somewhere.
Absolutely. I'll read out exactly what the Measure A says on the ballot. It says, shall the City of Lawndale be authorized to build a new community center to house after-school youth programs, senior programs, increase opportunities for recreational arts and cultural programs, provide space for community meetings, special events, staffing and other community purposes by spending more than $1 million of city funds with no increase in the city taxes and subject to citizens' oversight and annual independent audits. That should be interesting.
It should be very interesting, and that's a lot of money for a city, no matter how big or how small, for a community center. And I believe the whole ballot measure totaled out at $8 million in total funding there.
Yeah,
so
that's quite a bit.
That's right. But if a city is to move on, You have to move on with a lot of vim and vigor, that's for sure, but that is quite a bit. So we'll have to see which way the people of Lawndale want to go with this. Already there's a new library under construction. A lot of improvements have been made right here on this lot at City Hall, and a lot of beautiful improvements as well.
Yeah, what I understand is that in 2006, the former Community and Senior Center was torn down to make way for a new 17,000 square foot county library next to the City Hall, as we were just talking about. And since then, senior activities have been relegated to a very cramped modular facility. And the small space leaves little room for exercise classes and other activities. So that's the news on that.
That's right. The building where now the library is being constructed was very old. It was probably not up to ADA standards, and not up to wiring codes or plumbing codes as well. And who knows? Who knows what critters lived inside the walls in that old community building? But the new library is beautiful, and so a new community center would probably have to be done sometime.
Absolutely. So we'll see what the City of Lawndale is going to vote tonight, and what they're going to decide upon that.
All right. Well, I'm looking right now on lawndalecity.org on the election results page, live here on Channel 22 with you. Thank you very much for joining us. And as of yet, there are no results up on the board yet. So when there are some results, we will come back and let you know what those results are. Again, let's recap what's going on here today on Tuesday, April the 8th, 2008, and it is 8:18 in the evening, so we're rolling an 8 here. But what is going on here tonight? What do we have on the ballot, Anita?
Yes, Lawndale voters tonight will choose a mayor, 2 city council members, and decide whether to move forward with building a new community center that may cost about $8 million.
And also the city council and the mayor's chair is also up. So once we find out, once we get some election results, we will come back to you live on Channel 22 and give those results to you, and we'll have a special guest to talk to as well. So until we get those results, stay tuned right here to Channel 22. We'll be right back to you.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.